What is it about dancing that hindi mo siya mapakawalan?
When I dance, I feel like everything is silent. I feel like that's just somewhere I belong. I have many very low points in life. Honestly, I don't know how I got out of it. I couldn't blame anybody else but myself. There is a reason talaga why the Lord puts things in your heart.
What was God's message for you?
His plans are better than what I think is better for me. Not everything is gonna go according to the way I want it to. For a long time, I was always thinking about what was next. And when the dancing series became viral, when people started acknowledging it, it was something clicked for me na, oh, that dream was there for a reason. And I think that's really what made sense for me. Na parang, okay, I did dance for a purpose. Na it wasn't just, I was training for nothing. And I wasn't just training to compete before because I used to compete in high school. And so when that happened and I was like, oh, okay, like there is a reason talaga why the Lord puts things in your heart.
Yeah.
And you might not understand it at the time. And it might not be expressed when you want it to be, but it does come later on if you're patient.
Yeah.
So
crazy,
I think,
no? Like
yes.
the in-between then would like make no sense.
Yes, it was a full circle moment for me. Basically, for it to be like, no, I can't do this for a living, to this is what's actually opening the door for me to where I want to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
What was going through your head when that video, the dancing video went
Nothing.
viral? Okay.
Nothing. It was just weird actually at first because people start saying hi to you and I'm like, have I met you before?
Yeah.
Like I might have forgotten your name. But it was just weird because we never planned it. It was just that our first video, I came from a dance class. And if you guys have heard my podcast, I basically started dancing again because I was heartbroken. And as most people try new things, right? Or go back to things that they love to do when they're heartbroken. So I started dancing again. And Bea was like, why don't you teach me the dance? I'm sure I can do it. Like, as wala lang, diba? Joke time. And she just randomly recorded it and edited it on the spot. And she goes, is it okay if I post? Kasi we were like in Pambahay. It was midnight. And I was like, yeah, I don't really care. Because I'm not the type of person na on social media na I care about what people post of me. Like if it's an ugly picture, then whatever, it's there. I'm not that. Yeah.
Okay.
So she was like, baka lang ma-conscious ka or whatever. So she posted it, and then I said, oh, okay, well, I have our second episode na. And she was like, wait, what? Second episode? But parang we hadn't planned anything, but I was already thinking like, oh, this can be a series. But yeah, that was really just. Yeah, nothing was going on in our heads. But when things started going, what Bea really said was, we're gonna protect this particular We're not gonna. We want to keep this authentic. And so what we did was we didn't force it. If there wasn't something that we wanted to do, if there wasn't a dance that I wanted to do with her, hindi namin pipilitin. That's why it's like random. Pag may nakita lang ako, parang, I want to do this with her.
Yeah.
Then that's when so parang that's how we protected the series.
Yeah, okay. So the way that you do it is like if you just feel na okay, I want to do this, let's do this.
I pick the
Hindi
dances
siya,
kasi. So, I pick the dances. Malamang siya lang magpo-follow, diba? But yeah, if there's something that I see like on TikTok, then I'm like, okay, parang this is what I want to see Bea trying. Yeah.
What is it about dancing that hindi mo siya mapakawalan?
Ooh. Nobody's asked me that. What is it about dancing? When I am on stage, I haven't been on stage since 2018. But when I am on stage, it's like, have you seen F1, the movie?
Not yet.
Okay. There's I'm not gonna, and I won't spoil it, but there is like this moment where Brad Pitt is asked, what is it about, or what is it about racing, that gets you? And when I dance, I feel like everything is silent. when I'm on stage.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like an out of body experience, you know, when you're on
Yeah.
stage or when you're competing. And I know a lot of dancers can relate to this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like I can't let go of that feeling. I feel like that's just somewhere I belong. It's something I was made to do. And yeah, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, no, I'm asking because I just attended one of our editors here, si Cleo. She attended the summer camp
Yeah,
sa
Zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
So nagkaroon ng parang recital,
Yes.
parang ganon.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, like, because here, when she's here, like, tahimik siya.
She's
Like, very...
Is she like moving her head around?
No,
Like while she's
like, I was
You
so
didn't
surprised
know?
na parang, she could
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, with her body.
Yeah, so parang, wow,
Yeah.
ang galing.
Yeah.
So parang, I just, doon ko nila na-appreciate na parang, like, for a lot of people talaga, dancing is something that allows them to be, you know, this themselves.
Yeah.
Whether it's on stage or whether mag-isa lang nila.
Yeah.
So, parang nag-next level lang yung appreciation ko for dancing.
If
that.
you've seen Billy Elliot, the movie
Uh-huh.
or the show, he says like it feels like lightning. And you feel electric when you're on stage, and there's a different type of high that you get when you're performing that you can't get anywhere else. And so yeah, that's something I cherish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes. Thank you for asking. Again, nobody's asked me that.
Yeah. One thing also na you mentioned kanina is that bumalik ka sa dancing kasi you were heartbroken. Okay.
You caught that.
Of course, yeah. Hard to not get that. But during that time, you're not creating content. Hindi ka gumagawa ng content.
I was posting in the pandemic, diba, everybody was posting their banana bread, their ube pandesal. I was posting the dance stuff that I was taking online because I was still with the team. So I was kind of like required to take certain classes.
Okay.
And I was posting nung IGTV pa siya.
Yung may maliit
Right?
na button pa sa taas.
Yes.
Okay.
I was posting stuff that I would choreograph. But for some reason, I never wanted to get on TikTok. And everybody was telling me like, just get on TikTok already. Just do the dance challenges. But I didn't want to do it. But I wasn't creating content. I was just posting whatever classes I took.
Okay.
So it wasn't really like
Yeah.
planned or
And then, kasi parang in the stories that you mentioned in kanina, like you're very crucial when it comes to your mental health,
Yes.
right? And then this heartbreak comes. in. Like, how was your mental health? How did you deal with that?
I declined mentally. Okay. So I have many very low points in life. One of them, the years were like 2017 to 2018, very
Okay.
low years for me. And then 2022. And I had just gotten off of my medication in 2021. And so it was, I guess, maybe different for me in 2022 because I was feeling the full range of my emotions again. And I didn't know what that felt like for a long time because I was on meds for like 3 years.
Well, so what does the med do?
My medications, I was taking it what do they kind of help you with your episodes. They shorten your episodes.
Okay.
So instead, let's say because I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, depression. And so my moods go, I get really sad and I stay there for a long time, and then I have really, really high moments. So ang dami kong energy, gusto ko mag-shop, gusto ko mag-dance, and then nagdi-dip ulit. As in, like bumabagsak lang. So basically what the meds do, what I was taking is that it would parang not take me so high and not take me so low. But because I had gotten off of it, the highs were extra high and the lows were extra low. Plus I was heartbroken. So parang it was like rock bottom.
Yeah.
And the only thing, that's when I started living with Bea. And she just kind of had to watch me like pick myself back up. I was a wreck. I'll say in 2022 I was a wreck. I was a fit wreck though, because all I did was work out and dance.
Okay.
And I think that's really what got me through. And Tyler,
Tyler. Yeah.
that he was like my medicine ball. Na parang I would just squish every day,
Yeah.
and yeah. And so it was, honestly, I don't know how I got out of it. I can't even explain. I think I cried every day from June to November of 2022. Araw-araw. As in, like, every night that I would go to bed, I would just cry. I didn't know what I was feeling.
Yeah.
I would just cry.
Yeah.
So
And how did the healing happen? Was it like slow kind of healing, or you just
So-
wake up na you're okay na?
so very slow. I felt like I was crawling. I felt like I was crawling out of a pit that I had dug myself into, because I knew that I was there because of my own actions. I couldn't blame anybody else but myself. And so I felt like I was crawling, and it was just like not ending. And then one day you're like, hey, I don't feel so bad anymore. And again, I think it really was dance that got me back on my feet. And it was the community that I surrounded myself with, like my family,
Yeah.
my friends, that go back way, like from high school, my childhood friends that just were praying with me and were encouraging me that it's not the end of the world, because it feels
Yeah.
like it when you're, in rock bottom. It feels like you're never going to get yourself back up.
Yeah.
But you do, you eventually do. And even if it takes a really long time, I think it felt like maybe it took like a year that I felt okay. And a year when you're sad feels like forever.
Yeah. It feels like your whole life you
Yeah.
were just
I mean,
sad.
even when you're sad for one day, parang hindi natatapos yung day, diba? So what more of a year?
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird. No? It's time slows down.
Yes, when you're sad.
So,
Yes.
But when you're happy, like time flies.
Ang bilis, diba?
diba?
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that. By the way, like I could see the courage in your eyes as well, and you really pulled yourself up from that, and you really worked, and you danced your way
Yes.
with the help of Tyler, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, obviously, I prayed. I kid you not, my prayers were like, if you could just get me out of this, Lord. If I could just get out of this alive, then I'll be okay. And those were my prayers. And yeah, and I journaled a lot. And dami. But when you read it doesn't make sense. When I go back to read my journals in 2022, parang, girl, ano sinasabi mo? Walang sense. But I just had to let it out. I just had to vent to God. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
had to be like, Lord, why is this happening to me? Or when am I gonna feel okay again? And he just kind of takes it, and then he was just slowly just getting me out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What, like looking back, what was God's message for you? Now seeing it, okay, you've got out of it. Like, what do you think was God's message?
I think his message was to relinquish control. It was really that. I would say that I like to know what's happening in my life, and I'm very goal oriented kasi. And I think I was sad because for so long I didn't have goals. I didn't have dreams that I wanted to pursue, or I didn't think I could pursue them. And so I felt God just telling me, if you give it to me, then you'll see the beauty of the journey. But if you're going to do it on your own, it's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
And so I think that was really what he was teaching me back then, that his plans are better than what I think is better for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's not an easy.
it's not easy. I'm still going through it. You know what I mean? I'm still like, okay, I can't control everything, or I can't plan everything, or not everything is gonna go according to the way I want it to.
Yeah.
And that's I guess a never ending journey, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really what the main thing.
Yeah.
And another thing that I feel like he was teaching me was, I don't know if you know the verse, but it's, my power is made perfect in your weakness. And I think I dealt with a lot of pride, with a lot of, I can do this on my own. I can make it, but I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I just gave it to him, then he would be the one that would make me strong. And at least the pressure wasn't on me and it was on him, diba?
Yeah.
Because he's God. So, kaya niya yan
Kaya
eh.
yan,
Yeah.
But you gotta let him.
But you have to give it to him because he won't force you. You know what I mean? If you want to control your life, he'll let you. We have free will, diba? But if you give it to him, then he'll take you on a journey. It'll be a crazy journey, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah. I think, again, really beautiful stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that's also kind of like my realizations lately about life na parang like as much as I like to plan my whole life,
Yes.
again, his plan is better than mine.
Yeah.
So parang the parang when I feel like things are not going my way, it's because I'm forcing my way.
Yes.
Rather than like merong vision, merong seeds, merong may mga seeds na tinatanim in my heart and my mind, but like the how I can't like totally
we
figure
can't know it
out.
all. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for sharing that. Like I'm curious if there is something I could say na parang ito medyo Miss Universe question, pero I really want to ask this
That
as
was
well.
my
Na,
dream before.
talaga?
But I'm only 5'3". So hindi
at least
ako
yung question.
umabot.
Sige, let's try yung question and answer na lang.
Sige.
Like, okay. My question is, if you were to be known for one thing,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
what would it be?
That is a really tough question, Thank you for asking. Oh my goodness. Okay. Can I have a moment?
Yeah, sure.
If I'm to be known for one thing.
Or if let's say if today was your last day, what would you like to be your legacy to be?
Okay. If today at 30 years old was my last day and I wanted to pass something on to, whoever is going to hear this, whoever is going to read about this or watch this, I think, as cliche as it may sound, I want to be known for someone that knew that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I think we live in a very, I wouldn't say dark world, but we live in a world where there's so much information on like the news and it affects us daily, and we don't know what people are dealing with at home. We don't know what people are dealing with individually and the things they carry with them.
Yeah.
But something that if they think of me and something I want people to remember when they think of me is that Nica says that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And eventually things will be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you for asking that question.
I'm sure a lot of people na pag narinig nila to and pag napanood nila to, they'd whether they're going through life, going through something, different challenges and struggles, like I think everyone needs to hear a little bit of that sometimes. So thank you so much for sharing that. I do agree, like there's light at the end of the tunnel.
There is, yeah.
Like as long as buhay ka, tuloy lang.
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah. As long as there's breath in your lungs, guys, kaya nyo pa yan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think one of my last questions is, kasi curious ako, like super ganda talaga ng chemistry nyo ni Bea.
Yeah.
Like, and if I would, go to the future and I would think that I would have daughters, I would like them to have the same bond that you guys have.
Thank you so much.
Ano talaga, I want to be a girl dad, eventually. So
you'd be a great girl dad.
Thank you. So parang ako naisip ko na, maybe you could share, like what what is it about having a sister that is supportive, or what's the sisterhood like? Because you've shared a little bit of like glimpses of
Yeah.
Bea kanina. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sisterhood is messy and beautiful at the same time. If your question is how do you get your sisters to be close,
Yeah.
and Bea and I have talked about this before, is to not compare. Because when you're siblings, right, there's similarities, but there's also differences. And I think the reason why we're close is because I am not comparing my life to hers, and she is not comparing her life to mine. And so to us, we are on a journey, we're on different journeys together. And it helps because we're not in competition with each other. And I think that's very crucial with sisters.
Yeah.
Especially with ones that are close in age.
Yeah.
Or, ones in the same industry, right? Because it's so easy for me to compare myself to Bea being in the same industry of what is she doing right and what am I doing wrong, or what am I doing right and that she can do right. But if you focus on what you're good at and what you're good at, and then just let that be and not mix that up, then I think that's what creates a great bond between sisters. Another practical thing I can share is share rooms.
Oh.
You don't have a choice but to be close.
Okay.
I mean, obviously there are people that don't become close even if you share the room. But now, like, I am living with my younger sister Ella, and this is the closest we've ever been. I breathe and she knows what I'm thinking. I wake up in the morning and she knows exactly what I need or what to say. And it just creates a bond, because Ella was my roommate and Bea and Isa were roommates growing up. So we were not allowed to have our own rooms.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was my parents' way of just making us close or punishing us, but it brought something out in us, and we are each other's best friends, I think, because of that. But don't compare, because it really it breeds resentment towards your own sibling. So
Kasi marami rin, I mean, well, sa mga teleserye and
Diba?
probably in real life din, di ba? Tarang yung mga magkakapatid pa talaga yung
it's always
sila pa yung
that.
magkalaban. But thank you so much. Stop comparing yourself to your siblings.
To others and your siblings.
Especially to your siblings.
Yes, yeah.
And share a room.
Share a room because it will force you to share things you've never shared before. I was telling Ella things that basically just everything that's happened in my life, right? And she goes, I never knew any of this. And I was just like, well, you were also younger, so I didn't want to tell you what was happening, diba? And then she's like telling me what she's been through, and it's so now we're like a old married couple now.
Isang hinga mo lang, alam niya na agad.
And her, like, I just know. I'm just like, this girl needs a sweet treat, so I gotta get her one. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. No, one of the last questions. What's next for you?
Ooh, that's a bad question.
Have you given some thought, or is that something talaga na parang you refrain from asking yourself? Like, you just live your life.
Okay, I am not a go with the flow type of girl. I'm not YOLO lang or go lang nang go without putting thought into it. But because I am just focused on where I'm, not to say that I don't have goals for the future. I have goals for the future, and I just don't know what's next right now. And I feel like maybe God's not revealing that for a reason. And maybe he just wants me to focus on what he's opened up for me. And I think it's also because for a long time, I was always thinking about what was next. I'm always thinking about what's next, what's going to open for me. And I think the reason why maybe God didn't open those things for me at the time was he was teaching me something at that moment. So if you're so focused on, okay, I'm going to be here at this time and I need to be, or let's say, married and have kids at this time, then I'll miss what he's doing at this moment.
Powerful. Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that's what he's doing for me now because I've been praying to be here. And so parang I feel like I'll miss it if I'm praying for what's next na agad.
Yeah.
So of course I'm praying like, okay, Lord, where do you want to bring me? Or do I open a business one day or whatever? Like so many things, right? But then I'm like, okay, there are no answers. So I'll just, I'll just be here for now.
Ang ganda ng sinabi mo na parang maybe yung mga times na walang what's next. Yun yung mga times na it's because the things that you prayed for before is andito
are here
ka na ngayon.
now. Yeah. And so maybe you just have to enjoy that, right? Yeah. So I think that's maybe where I'm at. And I'd like to think that.
Yeah.
So maybe for our podcast, like
I think ang gusto kong malaman is like are there things na parang you're very excited about like you're doing now? Is it just the content or is it still dancing?
I still want to dance, as long as my knees can take it. I feel like I'm at the fittest I've ever been in my life. And so I just want to, I guess, enjoy dancing while I still can. The podcast, I think that's something I really want to work on with Bea.
Okay.
So I think we definitely have to focus on that. That is what I'm most excited about, really. Yeah. Okay. Whatever's going to open up for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And guys, if you haven't checked out the Sister app, please go. I'll link them down below. Super funny nila. And the chemistry is just through the roof. So check nyo. Marami kayong matututunan. But again, super excited for you as well.
Thank you.
And if you guys need any help, you can send me a message. I'll be happy to like share my wisdom from all the years that I'm doing podcasts.
Yes.
So whether it's like the setup and all, like I'm really rooting for you guys.
Oh my gosh,
and the Sister app.
Thank you so much.
So but thank you again for dropping by on the show. I really appreciate.
Thank you for having me. I feel so vulnerable and so exposed.
I think it's the lighting.
Yes.
One
investigation siya. Parang what did you do this week?
You were just, sharing everything. So thank you so much. But, I really appreciate the vulnerability, the honesty, and of course, the insights that you shared. There's a lot of, I think most of my viewers are also in their figuring out era.
Yeah.
No, na hindi pa sila dun sa building ng empire or whatsoever they want to build.
Yeah.
It's more of like it's trying and like reflecting and just asking God and figuring out along the way. So they're really going to resonate with this episode. So thank you so much. Maybe one final piece of advice for everyone who's listening. Like what's one thing that you want to share for people who is just in their figuring out era and still unsure of what's coming ahead?
Okay, my final advice to you all is to just put one foot in front of the other. I think if you stop, then the progress stops. And more often than not, progress is never linear. And so it's just one foot in front of the other. You just got to keep trying. Even if it doesn't work out, it's absolutely okay. You just got to try again and you get back up again. And so that's the best thing I can tell you right now.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Nica.
you.
And thank you guys so much for listening on this episode. I really appreciate kayo ang bumubuhay ng podcast na to. Thank you so much for the love and the support that you guys are giving to the show. All of your stories, your messages, nababasa ko yan. And the comments, of course. On YouTube as well, ang dami nakikita ko. Thank you so much. And if you like this episode, please go ahead, share it to as many people as you can. Share it on your stories. Don't forget to tag us at Alec Cuenca, at Nica Fabregas.
Yes.
And at Small Talk Podcast, of course. And give it a follow, give it a subscribe, and we'll just create more podcasts like this. Thank you guys so much. And again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
My name is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, small conversation with huge impact. I'll see you guys next episode.
Bye.
Peace.